Hey everyone, this podcast is part of Story Mode, the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. You can support us and gain access to other great exclusive podcasts like Tom and Jeff Watch Batman by heading over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds.
Hypecast mit Tom Reimann und David Bell.
Hey everyone.
Hello. Hello.
Welcome to another episode of Hypecast.
Hypecast.
Show where we get hyped about stuff and
Hypecast.
And cast about it.
things.
Hypecast.
I'm your co-host, Tom Ryman.
I am the other one, David Bell. Who are you?
And who are
Who do
you?
we got
I'm
here?
showrunner Jeff May.
I'm going to jump
Welcome.
on that since nobody picked it.
Hey, there it is. You know what? We were picking names. You guys just picked
You lost.
regular names.
Solid.
Now I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I am
checkmate.
CEO. And
I am showrunner now.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
Thanks for being here.
glad
with
I could
us.
be here. We're certainly not having a marathon day.
No,
Yeah,
not at all.
This is just a one-time thing
Yeah.
recorded right
This isn't-
before this goes up.
Yep.
This isn't the start of like
This
a
is a-
6-hour thing.
Casual Friday morning.
This is a work day. This is like a full work day.
Yeah, it is.
Taking it easy.
I was like looking at my schedule of things I have to do. I'm like, oh, I have like a 9-hour day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to a party at the end of this. Like
Oh,
I'm
same.
going, yeah.
I'm not.
No,
I have
you
to
weren't
go
invited.
upload and send videos to people.
That's fair.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's what I got to do next.
Mm.
I got to go to another person's house so they can help me upload these things.
Oh, fun.
Technologically stupid.
Well, anyways. Hey.
All right, so yeah,
Let's
that
go to
was
the trailers.
All right, so this is
Yeah.
let's just get this out of the way because we were our last Hypecast. We were like and publish, and then Avengers Endgame trailer like
yeah,
immediately.
like an hour after we put it up.
Time
So,
for some hot takes.
time for the
Yeah.
hot blazing.
That's
Coming in
like-
screaming
Yeah.
from outer space with these hot takes.
6 days and 23 hours.
Yeah,
after.
yeah. That's why I added my note because I think I got the last big hot take.
Right. You have like the last hot,
Yeah.
really blazing, scorching, scalding take.
Yeah, is that the font when Endgame shows up on the trailer is the same as Blade?
Mm.
And that's a symbol
E-
because Blade is really the fundamental start of
Right.
the
Blade
Marvel.
gonna show up in Avengers
Wouldn't that
Endgame.
be great?
If he was the savior. If he was like just like a random Marvel Knights
Right.
Fucking 53-year-old Wesley Snipes
Tomb
comes
of
in there.
Yeah.
Dracula. You ever see when somebody was like asked him who he thought if Blade came back who should play him, and he goes Wesley Snipes.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
Of course.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
And
Why
why
would-
not?
Why wouldn't he?
He's still doing karate.
Sure.
Yeah. He needs the money, I think.
I
Yeah.
think the government actually gets most of
Yeah,
it.
Right.
I believe the government
The
wants that
government's
money,
like,
yeah.
yes, let's get another Blade.
Yeah, make more. Yeah, the IRS is calling him every day. So you got any Blade movies coming out?
So, yeah.
You're
Avengers.
58 coming.
Everyone, all the Gamefully fans know my feelings about Passenger 57.
Yeah, that's true.
and,
You're pro.
Bruce Payne specifically.
I'm very pro.
Oh,
by the way.
very pro.
I
excruciatingly
love
pro.
that movie.
It is a fabulous film.
I do like that. Gotta go. Kicks a guy through a door. It's not. Look, let's make it Passenger 57 cast. Passenger 57.
We do 57 episodes.
I think you
one
did.
for each minute of the
Yeah.
movie.
I mean, there's a
Yeah.
there's a demand for it.
Yeah. We could
What did,
We're
what
gonna
did you
make this
guys-
happen. You guys.
What did you guys think of this trailer?
I like that it doesn't seem to show much beyond the first part of the movie, and I hope that stays the same.
Yeah.
even though
All I
I know
want.
it
I
won't.
mean, this was. I was wondering what it was going to be just because of what it's a fucking cliffhanger. So it was just like, what can they show us? I'm still curious what the later trailers will be because the more they show us, the less of a fucking
Yeah.
It's not a
Cliffhanger.
journey anymore. They're filling in the blanks that they've already shown you, and I don't like that. I want this to be it. Just show me this,
Right.
and then show it to me again in early April.
Right.
To remind me,
this to be it. Yeah.
You know, like that's. I don't know. I don't like this. The trailer's giving me too much.
I can already sort of assume what's going to happen because, like, Tony in space, I'm just thinking, like, hard cut to some 70s music playing and fucking Rocket shows up and maybe with Thor to save him or something like that. Like, he's probably going to get scooped up.
I think Captain Marvel's probably going to.
Oh, Captain Marvel. That would be a good intro
yeah,
for her.
it's probably going to be Captain
They
Marvel.
like doing that thing where they like to separate the characters and introduce them in little, like you're introducing cats.
She's off.
Where you don't want to
yeah.
put them all in the same room at
Yeah,
once.
Yeah.
I think she's off world. That was why he had like an old 90s pager.
Right.
She's off world, and then he's floating, and then she runs into him on the way to
Yeah,
Earth
that
to
makes sense.
save everything.
He's
Like,
with
staggering coincidence, or she'll hear like some signal. or
well,
something.
because he's with Nebula, isn't he? Like, wasn't she the only other person that lived on that one planet?
I watched
with
it
him?
recently, and yes, but apparently not.
Well, she did crash that spaceship.
Maybe she went off.
Yeah,
went
maybe
to
she
fuck
fucked
off and do
off, yeah.
something else.
I still have to kill my
Maybe,
father.
yeah, maybe.
Get it.
We got you.
Yeah,
I mean, I would too.
yeah.
That yanking apart torture does not seem pleasant.
Right?
Yeah.
I really.
Like, that was one
hope-
of two one of a couple of moments in that film. I'm like, this is for kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, this is where we're really pushing that boundary.
Yeah.
That my I love it and I'm against Logan stance because of stuff like that. where
Yeah.
It's like this kid's movie is super gross.
right?
But
Because
that's I don't think kids really understand the scope of the pull apart torture though. The way as an empathic adult. might.
Yeah, I'm noticing that like violence
Yeah.
in movies is starting to affect me more than it did when I was a teenager.
I mean,
like I still laugh my ass off
Wa-
at some stuff. but-
Watch a Transformers movie while thinking of them as people.
oh yeah.
and
Oh, I've done that.
They're
Yeah.
It's grotesque.
the part where he rips Prowl in half
Yeah.
yeah.
in Transformers 2. If you imagine that as like an action hero and a dog,
It's so over the top.
yeah,
Where it's like they stab one in the gut and he just like shits out bolts and
there's
like
one where
and like tears out his
punches an
eyeball
eye
and
out,
like
yeah.
it's just like
Yeah.
Jesus.
jeez.
Um,
I'm a lot of people were mad about this trailer that it didn't
A lot of people
give
are
you
mad.
much,
Oh, of course not.
and those people should stop being allowed to like
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Just watch the movie,
I
guys.
saw
It's like
there were people picking apart the fact that he has his helmet, and they're like, "What about the nanobots? Aren't these? Isn't it supposed to be nanobots? How does he have that helmet?" And it's like, maybe the helmet is nanobots.
well, we see.
like, who
You
gives a shit?
Well, I mean, also you see Thanos break pieces of his armor off.
Exactly.
So
Like
it's
it's
like-
the nanobots. They work however the hell they need them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're calcified nanobots.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
Fuck it.
whatever.
I hope.
Oh,
I hope-
also, I don't know if you knew this, but there's no such thing as Spider-Man.
right? Yeah.
So, like, also, where's your problem with that, guys? You really focused on the nanobots here?
Yeah.
There's a weird. Well, like what you were talking about with like, oh, the trailer doesn't show us much. Like, are you afraid the movie's not going to tell you?
yeah.
that's
Like,
the thing. Like, what do you think they're just gonna?
People,
not tell you?
I don't know. People are weird.
It's like, I remember you brought this up when we had you on talking about the Venom trailer, and people were the first Venom trailer where it doesn't show you Venom,
Right.
and it's like people were complaining about that. It's like, are you scared the
Yeah.
movie's not going to show you Venom?
Yeah. You
Like,
scared
what-
it's not gonna have venom in it?
Yeah. Actually, the movie was way worse for having Venom in it. If it was just a hard-hitting Brooklyn
would've
reporter
been amazing.
in San Francisco, I would have loved it. Tom Hardy just in like a shattered glass
Just doing
kind of
that
a
voice.
movie.
Yeah.
Talking to himself.
Yeah.
What do you know? I am from New York.
I'm Eddie Brock.
For this new one, I really hope it'll be Thanos challenging them to farm chores. And they'll be like, we don't have anybody who knows farm chores. And then Hawkeye shows up like, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Yeah, he shows up as Ronin
Yeah.
because you know why?
His
'Cause
family's
his family's
dead.
probably dead.
Yeah, that's an interesting implication.
I really like the idea of him coming to the Avengers, like knocking on their door, like, "Hey, my family just vanished into dust. What are you guys doing?
What
like,
did you do?"
Yeah, what is this?
Could I have helped? They're
Yeah.
like, we didn't call you for a reason. You could not have.
No,
I love is it's a I made a joke about it on Twitter. The fact that they show Thanos just living on a farm.
Yeah, damn right he is.
Because that's from the comics. So
Yeah,
I super enjoyed that for many reasons, and that's one of them.
I hope. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just saying, I hope that they keep cutting back to Thanos on the farm.
Yeah.
And he like hires a farmhand, and she's like a young lady, and then he like grows like romantic with her, and then like it becomes just like a foreign romantic film.
A 90s Clint Eastwood
Yeah,
romance.
that's just happening off
Bridges or Madison Academy.
Yeah.
Thanos fucking just with a straw hat driving a tractor.
Picture him in armor overalls. Like he fashioned his armor into overalls.
Yeah, but that's literally how the Infinity Gauntlet, which is what this is based on, even though they call it Infinity War, ends, is that they think he's dead, and then like Adam Warlock, I think, goes and finds him. He's just living on a farm on a different planet. Like, yeah, I'm just chilling out.
Yeah, we also have to have Adam Warlock in this.
Yeah.
Thanks to Guardians 2.
Yeah.
And the golden models that all made him.
Mm-hmm.
That was such a weird.
Explain Adam Warlock to me.
Adam Warlock is like a spiritual Terminator.
Okay. Great name. It's a combination of two things that should not be together.
He was
ever.
originally named Him.
Oh, okay.
And he's actually the I have to go back because Adam Warlock is such a character that I've never really been invested in. Like Cosmic Marvel, I never got into like with like Quasar and shit.
Yeah.
But Adam Warlock is, if what I remember, he was like essentially the perfect being, sort of like a sci-fi Christ kind of a thing.
His name sounds like the guy at a goth club you know to stay away from. That you tell all your female friends, like, don't. It's
he
Adam
sounds
Warlock.
like a pickup magician.
Yeah. So does him.
He's got a little like a
Yeah.
He's got a little what do you call
The soul patch.
The weird soul patch.
Yeah.
He's got a Sven Gulli mustache.
But that's what happens in the story is, I mean, he's integral to the Infinity Gauntlet plot, and they wind up giving him all the gems to care for them because he's this perfect being, and he's
Okay.
or whatever.
So he's going to be like the thing that they watch fly off at the end.
Maybe.
What you find. Here's the thing, and what happens is Infinity War, which was the second part of the Infinity Trilogy in the comics, is the evil half of Adam Warlock, is a guy named Magus. Because what happens is when he was created, you couldn't have the Arnold without the DeVito kind of a situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have the masculine perfect and the masculine evil, and then as we find out later, there's also the feminine perfect and the feminine evil, and that's in Infinity Crusade when you have Goddess. But I always liked the fact that Barnes and Noble was pushing Infinity War, as a trade paperback to sell to people.
People are going to be real confused when they pick that book up.
I saw it there and I was like, man, you are going to get some really confused people out of this. Like,
it seems like
insanely confused.
This has been the movies across the board, right? Is they like do some parts from the comic enough, but enough that like comic book fans still don't know what the hell's going to happen.
And also Marvel,
and they're okay with that?
Marvel does a lot of restructuring their stuff to match their comics, which is why there was a comic when Avengers came out called Avengers Assemble.
Right.
That was written to sort of coincide with the MCU a bit.
Right. And they have so many different universes that nobody cares because it's just like we can like again, this is like just guessing. They've done like alternate reality comics. Like there's always different versions.
The Ultimate Series, which is where Miles Morales comes from.
So like it makes sense that it's just like, this is the movie world. It's what this is.
Yeah.
Like,
but they try to remake their comic book world to match their movie world.
Right, like they
don't need to though.
The sweatiest explanation to bring in Sam Jackson, Nick Fury. Because Nick Fury in the comics is a white guy.
It's an old
white guy. Hasselhoffian. He played him in the TV movie.
Yeah.
But it's not like Civil War is not.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't Charlton Heston in True Lies also based off Nick Fury?
Probably, yeah.
That's
or the archetype of
like they work for S.H.I.E.L.D. in that fucking
basically, yeah.
I always, here's the thing though, is that the comics industry is in such dire straits right now. Like they're really they need to do everything they can to get fucking movie people to show up and get comics.
They're basically screenwriters now. Like they're just making the source material.
It's the only way to as a comics creator, as an independent comics creator, the only way to really survive off of this is to then sell it.
Yeah, sell the rights.
You're Robert Kirkman's doing fine in comics, and then he sells Walking Dead, and now he's now he's a millionaire.
Right.
You know, he's
Which
an
does
industry
put you in a
unto
position
himself.
where you can then like support comics if you're a good person.
Wait,
like
say that again.
Like if you like are Kirkman and you make all the money for The Walking Dead, like if I were him, I'm not saying this is what he does, I would then like support the comic industry.
He's one of the main Image Comics guys, and Image Comics is a publisher that allows creator-owned stuff, which is what Walking Dead was.
Right.
So he, in a way, is providing the opportunity to allow smaller creators to self-publish.
Right.
So he is, in a way, doing that, but it's just comics are expensive.
Yeah.
They're essentially never-ending.
Yeah.
You know, like buying a comic book, you know, that's a $3 to $5 investment regularly.
Right, yeah.
It's expensive.
And like it used to be, there was a time where that was fine, but now like the internet has ruined everything. And
yeah, I think there's a lot going on. There's the entitlement of it. There's the Comicsgate,
right?
Which don't even get me started on shit. But it's like there's a lot going on in comics, and they're whimpering along, which is so ironic that it is the majority of source material that's being mined, and yet it's dying.
Right.
It's like when
nobody buys comics.
Yeah, it's like when the artists won for Life of Pi. Of Pi, and when they gave their speech, they're like, "We went bankrupt because of this movie.
Yeah,
everybody's getting," and then they started playing them off.
There's so many industries like this right now, because the video game industry is the same, where they're just like, people are demanding that they make these things, and then they get mad when they work their employees for 100-hour work weeks, and they're like, we're not making any money, this is the only way we can do this stuff.
Humanity's falling apart.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's all coming down.
Like nerds becoming such a prevalent force, we are the locusts of jobs.
Yeah.
Where we are just consuming everything. We're demanding musicians.
And not giving anything back.
Yeah, give their music away from that.
Give me your music for free.
I was like one of the only people that was like pissed about Napster.
Right.
At the time.
You and Metallica.
Me and Lars.
Yeah.
I was like, this is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you'd go online and see all the arguments, be like, well, it's like going to a museum. It should be free. I'm like, okay, museums aren't free. You don't pay for them, but they're not free.
The one side note about downloading music that the alternate thing that does make sense to me, even though I don't do it. I don't steal art, no matter what. I refuse to do it. I get the idea that artists in general don't make that much money off of albums anyway. They make about $1 to $2 for every album sold. What they make money off of is touring.
Right, yeah.
And so if you allow your shit to get heard by more people, that allows more people to show up, buy your tickets, buy your merch, etc.
That should be that was a huge argument at the time too.
Yeah.
And my counter to that is like, you should be in control of whether or not that happens.
I was going to say it should be up
And-
to the artist.
And a lot of these, the assumption is that, well, I'm only taking, a couple of bucks out of the pockets of the super rich, and that's not at all true. Most touring musicians are just getting by. So if you're going to take that, you're just basically justifying taking that extra bit of income from them.
Oh, I know. Again,
Yeah.
I don't do it. Like
I wouldn't steal art unless it's like a fancy like art theft.
like a Thomas Crown affair.
Yeah, like
Yes.
I would Thomas Crown affair.
But I mean, like, if you're Radiohead, you can be like, we'll put our album up on our own website.
Yeah.
You can give us whatever you want for it. It's like, fine, because you're Radiohead.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's fair.
you're going to get by. Anyway, so Infinity War
yeah,
Armageddon,
Infinity War,
or whatever it's
Radiohead.
called.
that's our hot take.
Infinity War Armageddon is not at all what it's called. Endgame.
I want to talk about what I think is the most compelling trailer that's been out. More compelling than Infinity War.
This is
only
the
because
most excited I've been for a movie in a while.
I am,
yeah,
and I'm losing I lost my mind when I saw this trailer. I literally texted Tom and I was like, "Are we going to talk about this movie?"
I was gonna put this on movies that deserve more hype, but it's got about like 3 million views, and I'm sure it's a major.
It's got a
thing.
while before it comes out,
Yeah.
so I'm sure.
and it's got a Banks in it.
Yeah. So we're talking about Brightburn, you guys, which is just
looks
such a
so
simple
fucking good.
idea.
It looks like Super Omen.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically just what if Superman was an asshole.
Was a child
Was it like
asshole?
Yeah, which is there are child assholes out there. There are
Yeah.
children
Goes
who
beyond.
do terrible things. They
Yes.
torture animals.
Yeah, it goes beyond asshole is evil.
Yeah.
Well, but it's I guess, but it's also it's only evil because he's Superman. Like because it's like if you think
It's
of
a
like
bratty
if this
child.
if
Yeah.
this kid didn't have superpowers, it would be a troubled child.
Yeah.
But the superpowers just takes it to like a
you
demon.
have the good son
Yeah.
with Kryptonian powers. Now, here's the thing: is there's a comic called Irredeemable by Mark Waid, which really covers the idea that what if Superman kind of flipped, but he's an adult, and it's like the people are dealing with it as he was our hero, and now he's going nuts, and what do we do?
Isn't there a character like that in The Boys too?
The Boys does pretty much that in general.
It's shocking that they didn't.
That's their thing.
Yeah,
is to like put superheroes in their place.
It's so shocking that they didn't do a child, because the beauty of a child is that on top of all of this, he's gonna become an adult. Yeah. And it's like it's the realization like that that's the most haunting part, is like he's only gonna get bigger and stronger.
And there's so much to this on like nature and nurture. How do you deal with this? Why is this kid like this? Is he an evil child? Is it because we've deprived him of something? Is it because he's our atmosphere is doing this to him?
Right.
There's so many mysteries to this, but I just like all I could see when I watched this, I just went, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's like this is scarier to me than any horror film.
Well, I was talking to Dave after we both watched the trailer, and like if you think like Superman is basically a demon.
Yeah.
Like that last shot of the trailer where he burns through the door with his laser vision and they see him on the other side. Obviously, and his super speed is right there. Yeah.
The
like, he's a fucking demon.
Yeah. Super speed, when not portrayed heroic, is like the girl from The Ring.
It's
jumping
terrifying.
Forward.
Yeah.
And that's what like the people have touched on this. Like there's that fucking Super Ex-Girlfriend movie or Chronicle where they sort of got they played with the idea, but this is the first time it's just like seen from a person's perspective.
I think the
Superman
Flash...
is like if you're a criminal and Superman's coming after you, that's terrifying.
Yeah, I think the Flash does a really good job about like the evil speedsters really fucking you up, and there's nothing like they just basically are like, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Like that's a big theme in the Flash is like, I'm gonna kill you and you can do nothing about it, and I want you to think about that for a second.
Yeah, like Reverse Flash and Professor Zoom.
Yeah, and Zoom and all them. Yeah,
jeez.
It's like and in the comics they cover it in brutal ways too.
Right.
Like, that is so terrifying. This
is
terrifying.
And the way the visuals they do, there's some visuals that I've always wanted to see similar things in horror movies, specifically when she's like the lights are flickering and you can see him just a silhouette out the window and stuff like that, because they're making him like quiet, like quiet and able to just sort of
because he can hover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He can
fucking fly. He's a demon.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, has anybody ever covered the idea that? Oh yeah, no, it's done in Invincible. Have you seen Invincible? Have you read Invincible, the comic by Robert Kirkman?
I'm aware of it. I haven't read it.
It's teenage. It's a teenage Superman finds out, but he finds out like his family, his father is the Superman of the, and there's a lot of twists and turns. But there's sort of this idea there of like, what if Superman is the gizmo to a universe of gremlins that do the same thing. Like he's the one good version of the colonists that want to destroy you.
And they kind of, like pretty much with the exception of like Supergirl, like every other Kryptonian we meet is an asshole.
Kind of
well, they blew up their fucking planet. They're dicks.
Yeah. Every other Kryptonian is Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
Kandar's all right? Wasn't Kandar the bottled city of Kandar? Wasn't that like?
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And they're just like, we're a city.
Right. That's the one thing I hope this movie does not introduce is another
Bottled
superhero.
City. Oh.
Is that's what makes us scary. That's why Michael Shannon was always kind of, I mean, he's Michael Shannon, but like there's always a superhero to fight the supervillain.
Yeah.
And I really like this idea of like, what if it's just the supervillain? Like,
how do you beat?
Yeah.
How do you beat something invincible and insane?
It looks so good. I love that the directorial style is like matching Zack Snyder's Man of Steel.
Yeah, that's great.
Like it looks like real pastoral Middle America.
One suspicion I have about this movie that they're not telling us is that it might be comedic. This might be a funnier movie than we think. That's why one suspicion, just knowing producer James Gunn, the writers are his brothers, right?
Mm-hmm.
What else have they written?
I'm not sure.
Did they do Slither?
I don't know. It's the director
I
worked on the
Slither.
Belko experiment, and the Belko experiment is a good like what I think this might be is dark humor, and they somewhere down the line in the marketing they're like, let's
I feel like
sell the scariness
Belko
first.
dipped more into horror than humor.
I also suspect it because Elizabeth Banks is in it, and she can be funny, and she is funny. And
yeah,
like,
but they also might want to be stretching out.
I hope it's a straight out horror, but like just from the people associated with it, it feels like it could be. And then the fact that they're doing it just like Snyder, like it's almost a spoof. Like it's kind of a spoof.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I trust that it's going to be
by
good.
I'm legitimately terrified.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm so excited to see this movie.
Yeah. All right. Next thing is we got Captive State.
It's like the third time we've covered this.
This is the third Captive State trailer.
Yeah.
Really?
The reason I keep bringing it back is because there's every time we see a new trailer,
Their ante is up.
our opinion
There's
changes.
a lot going on in this trailer.
I
Yeah.
know.
Like a lot to unpack, not the least of which static electricity. Aliens. Aliens made out of TV fuzz.
Sure.
I'm happy to be wrong about this, but I'm going to go ahead and just call it that this is not a good movie.
Probably not.
The first trailer was really good. The second trailer was like, and this one is just like, this is complicated.
As it keeps getting more and more, it's getting worse and worse. You can only imagine what 2 hours of
Yeah, exactly.
Right. It's like, this is too dense.
I can't tell if John Goodman is good or
Good
bad.
or evil, yeah. Is he a good man or John Badman?
Yeah,
You know what's funny
just
is,
took a lot out of me.
boy, we've really just been all on board with John Goodman lately.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
great.
Like the John Goodman renaissance has been
Well,
glorious.
have you watched any of the new Roseanne?
No.
I watched the first episode of The Connors because they killed her.
She's dead, and that's funny.
And yeah, it was pretty funny. And that was the weird part, is that watching John Goodman in that show now, especially, like back, obviously the old ones, it's the same, but he's such a good actor. And I'm not saying the other actors are bad. It's not that. It's that the sitcom format is terrible. And it's John Goodman having this like a legitimate emotional scene about his wife dying, and then someone comes in like 2 minutes later and says something. There's a laugh track
With a
and it's just
Chandler
like,
Bing.
yeah, and it's just like this doesn't work, you guys.
She be any more dead?
Yeah, they.
You know what's funny is though, like, because with John Goodman, he was just off the grid until like Argo. I mean, he was doing shit, but
Right.
like,
Yeah, kind of
there
smaller
was
stuff.
nothing of acclaim, and then he just starts showing up, and he's in these, like, he was so great in 10 Cloverfield Lane,
Right.
and he's like rediscovered that he doesn't have to be jolly.
I mean, I think The Big Lebowski was the thing that was just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Everything with him and the Coen brothers, because he did. What did he do? Barton Fink,
Oh, brother.
oh brother.
He's Big Dan.
Oh yeah, that's right. He was the Cyclops.
Yeah.
I don't get it, Big Dan.
He's always so good in the Coen brothers. But you're right. Is that like
Monsters, Inc.
Monsters Inc?
Oh yeah. I mean, that's,
But that Monsters Inc. was like, yeah, it's him and Billy
Yeah.
Crystal, and it's like,
you know, that in 2001, you weren't
Yeah.
talking about like, you were talking about, hey, you remember Billy Crystal and John Goodman?
Right.
We put them in a cartoon for kids.
Yeah.
I think it was really just Coen brothers before that moment. But you're right. Like 10 Cloverfield Lane is like seemed to remind a lot of people like,
There's a
oh,
new
this
renaissance
motherfucker can
about
act.
it,
Yeah.
about him, like where he's playing. I think
He should do a King Ralph sequel, probably, right? Yeah, we should.
President Ralph.
President Ralph.
President
What?
Ralph.
Because
Boom.
he's half American and he was born there, so he could be president.
Oh,
and
you're right.
And
And
then he could unify.
we could do the whole commentary on Trump and like make it really topical. It'll be great.
Instead of Brexit, it could be
shit.
Brenter.
Oh.
Just bringing the two countries together.
right?
Yes.
Shit.
A Brunification.
Oh my
Mm,
God.
BR for Britain, and then UN for United States.
I can already imagine the poster with the all white infinity background and the thick red lettering saying President Ralph when it comes out on
The
streaming.
picture of him in the throne from the first one with the
Yeah.
crown, but in the Oval Office chair.
Oh yeah.
That's what you got to have.
Man.
Let's make it
President
happen.
Ralph.
President
all
Ralph.
the white, hot, spotted dick jokes we could make in 2018.
I'm
yeah,
like mad
that this
President
Ralph doesn't
never
exist.
happened.
We can write a spec
There's
script.
still
I don't see
time.
Why not? Yeah.
I'm gonna tweet at John Goodman real
Yeah.
quick. Hold on.
So yeah, that's
then I can
our
sue him.
commentary on Captive State.
Yeah.
There's John Goodman.
There's John Goodman's in it. Yeah, it doesn't look. The more we see of it, it just looks.
Fine.
Yeah.
It looks like something you have on, and then it becomes background music to whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I guess I'll wrap GIFs.
Yeah.
While Captive State is on.
Yeah.
But you know, you never. It could be one of those things where you're like, oh yeah, this was great.
Yeah, it feels like a movie I'll see exactly once and come out and be like, that was pretty good.
What was
good.
that?
Yeah.
The movie with oh god, was it Annihilation or Army? Was it Annihilation? The one where she goes to get her husband? And
Yes.
Like that's one of those movies where I looked at it and I was like, fine. And then apparently everyone's like, "This is great."
That had a better director. Yeah.
I really liked Annihilation.
Yeah.
See, I still haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. It's the director of Ex Machina. So that's what sets it apart.
No,
Oh, well, yeah.
It's the plot's good, but under a different director, it would be what you're describing.
Fair
I
enough,
think.
Meanwhile, this next one coming out.
Yeah, the Playmobil, the movie.
This looks fun.
Sure.
This looks like they just did the Lego movie.
No, they didn't just do the Lego movie.
It's
'cause
like
these
the trailer
these
feels
are
very
humans.
Lego movie.
Well, it's animated
Yeah.
block characters and everything like that. I get that, but it's also like obviously they didn't just do the Lego movie.
Right.
The plot is that humans are
Sucked into the
sucked
Playmobil
into,
universe.
and now they have become.
yeah.
And I don't know. It seems fun to me.
Yeah.
It also
I'm not pissed at it
It's
or
cute.
anything.
it also starts with, I bet you're wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And then her trying to get up and like the
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right,
Maybe
I'll
I'm
say
just
this.
a I'm a mark.
It's the
You're a
actress.
big time Playmobil mark.
I'm
Just
just in
wearing
the
all
pocket of-
Playmobil shit.
I'm
I
in the
think-
pocket of Big Duplo. Yeah.
This to me, this feels like a 30 Rock sketch because it's like Playmobil is so irrelevant, and it's like, yeah, of course they're going to try to make their movie, but who knows? It's the actress. I'm pretty sure the actress from The Witch is in this and Thoroughbreds, and she's a great actress.
The voice cast seems really
Yeah.
great.
And I was just happy to see because she does a lot of indie stuff, so I was just like, yeah, you get paid, like good for you.
Get
You know
that
what? This
Playmobil
is,
money.
this is like the when Sean Connery took League of Extraordinary Gentlemen because he passed Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I don't understand this at all.
I mean, I'm sure kids will like it. I'm sure it won't be the worst thing in the world. I mean, Wreck-It Ralph was another one where I saw the trailer for that. I was just like, oh, come on. We like it feels like every
Really?
Well, it's just because of the Lego movie, because the Lego movie was so successful and managed to be a good movie.
You didn't? Did you see the first Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah, and it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
No, what I'm saying, I'm talking about the trailers where and that's why I'm saying this could be good.
Oh, okay.
Is that there's something cynical about these because it is someone like, well, that product made a good kids movie about their product. Let's make our product a good kids movie, and that's what this feels like.
I think they all are receiving the Shrek treatment, which
Right.
is clever adults are writing kids movies for clever adults.
right, and
Like that kind of started with Shrek, really.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Shrek didn't have that because, like, you could say Toy Story, but Toy Story is a sappy Disney movie that
Right.
happens to
Yeah.
be, like,
Well written, but
cleverly done and great. But like Shrek was like the parents are gonna fucking love.
yeah, it was tons of fucking references that kids don't get.
Yeah. And I think that's what. And the Lego movie, like Lego Batman is one of my favorite Batman movies.
They figured out this perfect area where they're like, kids don't give a shit. If it's fun and there's some silly jokes in there and people fall down, kids will love it. That's
Put a
fine.
fart joke in there, though.
Yeah. And then we can make the other jokes for the parents. And then I think brands have figured out, some brands, not all the brands, are just like, hey, can you make a movie of our brand? And they're like, what do you need it to be about? And it's like, we don't care. Just get some really talented writers and just fucking go nuts.
Just make our Twitter account roast
Yeah.
fans.
Yeah. nothing racist. Just go nuts. Otherwise, like,
two people
Are you
immediately
sure?
get up and leave the room.
Yeah,
Well, I'm out.
I'm not
nothing
sure we
that
can do
racist.
that. Cherry Clan candy. Remember Cherry Clan?
Yes,
No.
definitely.
They're like racist lemon heads.
that's amazing.
It was a cherry version of Lemonheads, but with like he's wearing a rice hat and he might as well have buck teeth.
Holy shit.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's the only racist thing that I'm like, I would still buy these. Though. They're so good too.
If they hadn't racisted them themselves right out of the supermarket.
Man, they just what a 50s candy that stuck with it, you know? Could have
Like,
changed.
no,
it
it's an
into
image that people have trusted for years.
the Cherry Clan brand. It's all written in English everywhere and stuff.
Oh, God.
Playmobil looks fun.
Yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
And then
Gives a shit. It's all
Yeah.
coming down.
well, it's funny because Godzilla. I've actually put off watching the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer until
Which is our next trailer.
yeah. Oh,
Nice
sorry,
segue. Good
yeah.
segue.
Yeah, it was.
This worked.
We got Playmobil out of the way.
Yeah.
We got that. We got it.
About Godzilla, does this trailer, the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer, does it seem like they kind of made their part 3 as their part 2?
Kind of, yeah.
Does that seem that way to you too? Or?
I think they're course correcting because the first one it was just like, hey, maybe get some monsters fighting in your Godzilla movie, and this one they're like, all right, fuckers, let's get some monsters fighting.
Fucking monsters, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, well, also,
You'll smoke the whole pack of monsters.
This is because Kong Skull Island was sort of a sequel to Godzilla, so this is kind of a sequel to both of those movies.
Oh, are they? I bet they're gonna get Kong somewhere in here. Where?
Well, they in the very end, the stinger, I guess, at the very end of Skull Island was images of King Ghidorah.
No, I'm saying this one though. But like, kind of, who gives a shit about that fucking giant monkey? Because like this is like a dragon like the size of New York,
fucking
and
giant
then they're gonna be like,
pterodactyl.
and now we're gonna get like a moderately sized monkey.
Well, no, they
and it's
sized
like,
King Kong to match.
Yeah, they made him
Godzilla.
gigantic.
he's still not. I don't know. I'm
He's
sure
so
it'll be
massive.
great. It's just you're right that it feels like they.
It seems like I'm like, you put Ghidorah in already.
Yeah,
like that's Monster X or the monster from Planet X or King Ghidorah, whatever goddamn name you want to give him.
Right.
That character is like the Thanos of the Godzilla universe, and he's already in your second movie.
Like, he should fight King Kong first. I think it should have been Kong versus Godzilla, and then however that ends, like they could team up to fight these motherfuckers or something crazy like that. Does that not work?
That might happen.
Do you think it'll happen?
Kong might show up in this movie.
Yeah,
but
like
it's weird to say this, but they should have just Batman v Superman this, which DC I don't think should have done, but they should have.
But when
done.
it's an ape and a lizard
that are moderately the same size. Now Godzilla's fighting these giant fucks, so when King Kong shows up, it's just like, who gives a shit if they fight?
Right, like he already brought down like 3 of these things.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Like King Kong is going to be like the wrestler coming down at the end of the Royal Rumble. You know, like there's already been a huge fight already here. Adding this last dude, like we get it.
Yeah, he's going to job out
Demolition's
Godzilla.
coming down.
The Brooklyn Brawler.
Yeah. Oh no, it's the Red Rooster. And it's like, that's not scary.
It's Pete Rose.
Here's the thing. I don't know why there's ever guns in these movies after.
Yeah, like every shot of the military shooting their M16s, I'm like, stop it.
I was thinking about this though when they say we're his pet. I like the idea that to us, for Godzilla, it's just like having like a cool like gun on your shoulder. That's like, it's not your whole arsenal, but it helps. Like he's just like, yeah, and I got some humans. Like I'll throw some humans at you, distract you for a second.
Small arms fire is going to do much to Ghidorah.
I was thinking more
Just
like the missiles and
stop it.
stuff, but yeah.
Rodan definitely doesn't give a shit about those fighter jets.
I'll tell you what, Rodan, the Rodan effect, because I was wondering, like,
cool.
That's super rad, because when they did it in the old movies, it always looked like a delayed sonic boom.
Yeah.
And when they did it in this one, it's just like, oh, it's just Fallout. It's just...
Well, it's like Jet Wake, but like to the millionth thing. So they get, like, especially the last one where it's like sucking people up in the air.
And it's like, that
really
would happen.
Yeah, that would happen. He's a massive thing.
Mothra looks cool.
Mothra does look sweet.
They look great. I mean, to take such a ridiculous... Like, the kaiju monsters, I'm fascinated by the Godzilla and the kaiju sort of renaissance that's happening, because... I mean, really, it was something created in the 50s, and then it had a resurgence in the 70s because of cable TV.
It always comes back it's like 3D.
Yeah. And just like how spectacular the 98 failure of Godzilla was.
Well, that's the thing, is just like 3D, it comes back, but not by popular demand. The last Godzilla did as good as the Matthew Broderick one. Like, they're not doing that great. It's like the studios.
Great. It's just...
but I guess what I mean is they're not doing an amazing. They're not
right.
like
It's
making
like $190 million movie that they made $220 million.
Yeah,
it's not
like it's people being like, oh yeah, I'll see that. But like, it feels like it's almost the studios wanting to bring these things back.
Well, because it's fucking merch.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. Like
brand.
when you talk about Godzilla, and you're like, it profited maybe $30 million, which is like not that impressive for such a huge budget.
Mm-hmm.
Think about how many toys and T-shirts.
Right.
Like that's the thing that people give a shit about. That's always what they care about. Toys pushes everything. That's why He-Man and G.I. Joe. That's why any of these things have ever existed.
That's why PG-13 exists.
Yeah, like. Honestly, like
no, really, I did a whole thing on it for credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I hope this one looks fun.
Yeah, I have to comment, like, when I noticed they knocked down a giant Dunkin' Donuts billboard, I was like, where is this taking place? It was that in front of Fenway, and it was like, oh.
And there's the whatchamacallit building, the dome.
Prevention?
No, not the Prudential Center. I'm talking
the Prudential Center is in one of them,
Capitol building.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Boston.
It's nice that I see Boston in this, but I also hope they don't spend too much time there, because there's a reason like these movies don't have Boston, because Boston's a boring ass city to destroy. It's small,
old, and
and it's just like there's no really tall buildings there. It's just like yeah,
it's like moving to the suburbs very quickly, crushing a bunch of like wealthy business people's colonial homes.
Like, yeah, there's a reason we destroy New York, because it's got like a cool statue and a bunch of big it's got a lot of big things to fall down.
Most of these buildings here were built in the 1600s.
It hits Boston, there's just a bunch of drunk dudes trying to fist fight right in. Bring your stupid wings down here, you fucking loser. Oh, you're a big leathery bird, whatever. You're a glorified bat.
Better be a scene.
Tries hitting it with a tennis racket.
Just throwing crushed beer cans up in the air at him.
One of those little souvenir mini bats that they got at the Red Sox
absolutely.
Can you imagine? A bunch of fucking townies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine how they're going to deal with Godzilla. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Fucking everyone took their guns out.
Yeah.
Guy stabbing the foot with a broken beer bottle.
Oh, shit.
Yo, my buddy Sully knocked a fucking pool cue over Mothra's foot the other day.
So get out of here, you fucking moth.
Yeah. Your kind's not welcome here. Stay away from my sister.
I saw you making compound eyes at my sister.
Mark Wahlberg blinds one of the Asian monsters.
That was a bullseye.
What are you doing in my city? Hey, you can't be here.
You're not welcome here, all right?
Get the fuck out, man. He's just becomes his character from Basketball Diaries. Shoots at Godzilla in an attempt to steal money for heroin. I don't know.
I'm not fooling around. These monsters are really fighting out here, okay?
It's not safe. You guys gotta get inside.
You guys gotta run. Oh my god, it's Godzilla up there.
Oh, shit. That is delightful.
That's a golden bit right there.
Yeah, that is. That's beautiful.
What's next?
Triple Frontier. Speaking of Boston.
Oh yeah,
because it's got
fucking Affleck.
Yeah, Affleck in it.
This is a horny aunt's dream. This movie.
It really is.
It's just everybody's kind of trashy, horny aunt would be like, "Oh, they got the guy from Sons of Anarchy and Ben Affleck in this movie. Sign me up." It's like trashy Aquaman. Getting middle-aged smokers wet.
Yeah.
Yeah, this I don't have too much to say about this. It's just Ben Affleck stealing from drug dealers.
Yeah, with Oscar Isaac and Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
It's got actually a good cast. I think.
I stand by my note, which is that you can't be gritty and also have a shot where a guy's walking away from an explosion.
It's true.
Because that happens in this, and it was just like, it's still done in this gritty way.
Not a huge
the explosion's
explosion.
not that big, but it's like, nah, everybody watches the explosion.
I want to do a sketch. I've had this idea for a sketch for a while, and I've really, this reminded me that I want to do it, of like, it starts with like a guy, like a bad, like Bruce Willis badass, like smoking the cigarette and like flicking it, you know?
Yeah.
And then walking away and it explodes, but he gets like a bunch of shrapnel in his ass and stuff, and he gets all burnt up and he just starts freaking out. And everyone's like, what the fuck did you expect was going to happen? That's
It's
an
an
explosion.
Yeah.
You're
Like, the concussive force knocks him to the ground and he shits his pants.
Yeah.
A gas station has stuff that's going to explode at you.
Huge tanks of gas.
You're like 6 feet away from it.
beneath the ground.
You know what's interesting? It's funny that this movie, it's sort of like Violent Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, it kind of has that, or mixed with the sort of the plot of The Rock.
And like Three Kings.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it feels like that's how we're doing our action movies now. It's the same, like, it's still the same cheesy action, but it's done in this like more grounded, grittier way now, I want to say. But it's still all the same.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like the town is like still just a heist action film that ends with a fucking shootout at Fenway, but it's like just done realistically a little more.
movie.
Just like
Oh,
Ted.
it is. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You know, it's when I saw Ted, I saw it in the at the theater by Boston Common. So I like walked through Boston Common to see the movie, and then
Excellent.
Boston Common's in it, and that was my first real like, oh my god, I was just at the thing. And now that I live out here, I'm like,
It's fucking everywhere.
that's why I couldn't park on my street
Oh,
last
yeah.
month. You know,
Because this fucking thing.
All right. Next one's True Detective Season 3. This is yet another trailer that's so...
Pretty much, I'm sure it's going to be the last one because it premieres in like 4 weeks.
course
Yeah.
correction.
It definitely, like the things I pointed out, it's an interview. The framing device, I think, is he's getting a television interview.
It appears
Like a true crime, probably.
Yeah.
And then, there's definitely moody guys driving around talking moody.
Definitely
moodily.
3 time periods.
Yeah. Them talking to sad families, and there's definitely some wholesome fucking in this. Like some nice, good old family
Good
fucking.
old family fucking.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, family fucking could be.
It could be interpreted
True
in a
Detective
few ways.
Season 1 had that, and it was
That's
very
true.
different.
That was a
Here's this guy. I always forget his name. He's
Mahershala
so
Ali?
good. Yes, that's why I forget his name. It's fantastic. It was so hard for me not to just assume he was doing an impression of Morgan Freeman from Seven, but younger.
Oh.
Like as I'm like his cadence is very, and it's his.
That
own
might have been
decision.
that might
It's
have been
how
in
he
his
is.
mind. Yeah.
But how he is him, but like that idea of like the old detective looking back at his younger self, I always, it just seems very Morgan Freeman from Seven.
I mean, it's also just that Seven feels like a True Detective season.
Yeah. It
Now
does.
that I think about it, like if you stretch that shit out.
yeah.
You could too, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't tell HBO because that's just
Because
what we're
they
gonna
will
get.
make
Yeah.
7 into a TV series.
Man, Seven's such a. It used to be. It was such a delight, the reveal in Seven of who was the
Great.
killer, and it's less of a delight now. But it's still.
I think it still
I
works.
Yeah.
You know, he died as a sinner.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
It's
Yeah.
just, lust.
Because that's a fun one to watch for someone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
I've gotten to do that.
Yeah, it's like a cool version of The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because he didn't have his name on any of the promotional material.
He also wasn't
stuff.
super famous at the time.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, people
he
knew
wasn't.
who he was, but like,
You're right. That
He
wasn't
was
that
in
much
The
of a.
Ref.
It's more of like a twist now.
oh wait, you know what? He had just won the Oscar
Yeah,
for
no,
Usual
he was-
Suspects.
he was-
so people knew who he. This
was-
is like right when people were knowing
It's
who he
just
was.
that
Right.
he wasn't. He didn't show up until he shows up.
Right.
And when he shows up, it's 8 seconds before you get the full. Not even 8 seconds. It's
Yeah.
him walking, and then he just shows
You
up.
hear the
and
voice
it's
and you're
it's
like,
me and
"Who
I'm
is
Kevin
that?"
Spacey
Yeah.
and I'm a killer.
Yeah.
Like there's no like. Do you think it could be Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
In SVU when the famous person shows up and you're like,
Right.
oh, that's the killer.
Yeah.
That's the murderer, I think, right there.
But-
That guy.
But instead, I mean, there's no guesswork in it, so that's why it works so well. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. All right.
No, I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it.
It's so funny because I was really amped on season 2 until I watched it,
I didn't care for it much either.
and I was like, "Oh, this is." I mean, that's an obvious thing for me to say, I guess.
Wait, which one?
Season 2.
I still enjoyed season 2.
I mean,
I gotta watch it again.
Vince Vaughn wasn't super believable as like a mob boss.
Did
kind
you
of a
see
thing.
He had-
Brawl and Cellback 99?
I
I've been
haven't
talking
yet.
about this. That brought me back to Vince Vaughn a bit. That movie.
Oh, I like Vince Vaughn.
Yeah. Well, I like him all right, but like that brought me back to him as like a badass.
I own 4 Christmases on DVD.
Nice.
I
Yeah,
know
you
about Vince
do.
Vaughn as being a badass.
He's a real. Yeah. He's a. Yeah.
He's
he
a
can
giant.
be a real bad. Yeah.
Yeah, he is enormous.
And
yeah.
the way they do him in Cell Block 99, what they do a really good job of, like one of the first things this character does, the first time you see him angry, is he finds out that I think his wife or girlfriend has cheated on him, and he goes outside and he just tears apart her car. And like literally takes the hood off the car, like rips it off.
All right, let's make some
and
bad
throws
decisions.
it in the street.
All right, let's beat somebody. Let's curb stomp a motherfucker. All right, let's have a good time, have a little good time. This guy likes it. He likes it. Let's get together, have a little gang war.
Just his character from Swingers.
yeah.
God, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you did this. I don't even know why you cheated on me. You know I'm gonna have to murder you now. That's a thing. It's an unspoken agreement. You can't just break it all of a sudden. Would have been great if True Detective season 2, if Owen Wilson was his like consigliere.
Why didn't they do
I
that?
don't know.
Wow, we're gonna have to do some true crimes.
Wow.
I feel like I'm doing a lot of. I think it sounds a little something like this kind of a thing, but
Yeah.
like I don't mean to be.
I'm
but
gobbling it down.
but like
Jack.
You came here with a bag full of bits today.
this is not. It's not. I don't even do these impressions. Like,
No, yeah, sometimes you just
But you
go.
are doing it. You're nailing
Yeah.
them.
hey,
You're
let's
nailing
do a
them.
murder.
Wow.
That would have, if True Detective season 2, the reveal is that it's Owen Wilson.
That would have been insane.
Like last episode reveal.
Oh
And
my
it's
god,
like,
you caught me. Wow, you're so good at this. You know, like I think I'm going for it, and I think you're coming at me a little bit, and I know you're trying to solve the crime.
I
I recognize these aren't
the
good
entire
impressions.
the cast of Wedding Crashers to like
Yeah.
slowly seep into
Christopher
the
Walken
show.
appears. Yeah, fucking
Yeah,
Bradley
you don't
Cooper.
think about it right away, and then like when you start like,
Yeah.
like the final one is Owen Wilson. You're like, wait, just a
this
second.
is just Wedding Crashers.
True crash. The true crime is crashing weddings. It's the big reveal at the
Yeah,
end.
they're just crashing too many weddings.
Wouldn't that be great to take a full-on comedy ensemble cast and then just make like a high violent drama or something?
Oh, that'd be so
But with
good.
like never address it. You do the cast of like Step Brothers.
Yeah, it's like a Fish Called Wanda and Fierce Creatures, only like a completely tonally different.
Just not even like a deadpan comedy. Just
Yeah.
like a full-on Wedding Crashers cast
Yeah.
doing like a psychological thriller.
Oh, I was thinking, or like Dallas Buyers Club or something. like so, like a Academy Award winning drama.
That, I
Do
would
it.
pay so much money to see that.
Yeah,
Do
I
it
would pay $30 for that ticket.
yeah, that's a $30
for the
ticket.
privilege of watching it.
Yeah, of just watching Will Ferrell
Yeah,
be able to act.
kill a guy with a brick.
Just do like The Departed with
Yeah.
Will Ferrell as
Yes.
Jack Nicholson.
Throwing coke on a hooker's ass.
It'd be hard for Will Ferrell to throw coke on a hooker's ass and not not be funny.
Yeah.
It would
Like,
be instantly funny. You
yeah.
would
How
just
mu-
be
like,
Ron Burgundy.
It was
gonna
funny when
suck,
Jack
right?
Nicholson did it. So
yeah.
Like, that's kind of going to suck, though, that you're that good at what you do that you're forever pigeonholed.
yeah, even when you're serious, it's funny.
That's why Sandler, everyone's like, Sandler sucks. It's like, did you not see Punch Drunk Love?
yeah,
Like,
he's great.
No, he's great. He's
great.
He's excellent when he wants to be.
He's sort of won people back, I think, with
Yeah.
the stand-up special
That's
now. Everybody
so
is like,
good.
yeah.
it's really good.
I'm mad at how good it is.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a curveball.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's like, oh, you are still good.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. You've always been brilliant.
Yeah.
You've just been making dumb movies that make a ton of money.
Right.
Yeah, with all your friends. So yeah,
okay.
True Detective.
God, we got so much to go through, you guys. We're like halfway through.
Well,
bang-
let's
bang 'em
let's
through.
pick it
Let's
up.
go.
Let's pick
Game
it
of
up.
Thrones. All I wanted to say about this trailer, because the trailer is just
Nothing. It's
it's just the map being
It's fire
frozen
and
over.
ice.
yeah, meeting
And
on the
my
map board. And
favorite thing
Dragonstone.
was finding articles about this of people like things seem to be freezing over and Game of Thrones new teaser, and like people having to write like 600 words on like this bullshit teaser and trying to interpret it. It's like, yeah, two sides are fighting.
Yeah, fire and ice.
Yeah.
The fire is hitting the one people.
Yeah.
The ice is hitting the other people. And side note, they didn't even say winter is here.
Yeah, you're right.
They just
didn't.
said the final season.
That's an
Dicks.
oversight. Yeah.
Did they do winter is here for the last season?
I don't think so.
Okay, because if they didn't, fuck them.
I mean, because it sort of ends with it. It ends with the White Walkers knocking the wall down.
I hope it ends with like climactic battle, everything, and then someone's just like whoever's left is just standing there, and some flakes go by, and they look like the flakes start falling down. They look up and they're like, "Oh, winter," and then like cut to black, and that's the end of Game of Thrones.
Or if they end it like The Sopranos.
yes, everything should be ended
Don't
like The
stop believing.
Sopranos.
There's a dragon pulls up right behind Jon Snow, and you see it pull back a little bit, and then just fades to black.
Right, and then everybody's online like, "Did the dragon kill him? We don't know."
I think HBO
It'd be great.
crashed.
Yeah.
What happened?
So we got some game trailers here
Sure.
because something happened, right? Some event.
Video game awards or something.
Yeah, Far Cry
VGA.
New Dawn. This is the first Far Cry I've seen that's like a sequel.
Well, they did Blood Dragon with Far Cry 3.
Okay.
It's sort of a reskinning of the game that came out last year.
You know, these Far Cry movies to me are
They're
just
games.
Yeah, games. Excuse me, are like the Resident Evil movies to me, where I'm just like, How many? Like what? They just crank one out every year and a half.
Yeah.
now,
Just about, yeah.
I had the same view on the Mortal Kombat trailer. It's that where they're like sports games where it's just like every year there's a new one.
Mortal Kombat came out like 6 years ago.
No, last Mortal Kombat came out in 2015.
Oh, okay. It just feels that way to me because I have nothing against Mortal Kombat games, but it's the same game. Essentially, which you could say that about every fucking game.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Where it's just like, it's just new characters. Like, the whole point is to not, like, this is a good thing, is that they're not going crazy. Like, the new God of War was one where it was like, we're going to change God of War. And it's like, well, then it's not God of War anymore. Like, it's a different game.
I mean, I like the idea that you could make, like, I mean, we got Dr. Mario out of being like, let's make Mario insane.
Yeah.
Let's just go insane.
Whatever.
No,
Mario Tennis.
There's nothing wrong with
you.
spin-offs, but I think there's just like there's a feel right now where games like they update the graphics, but then they want to add because there's so many other
Too
new
much.
elements.
Oh yeah, like
introduced.
like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a good example
Yeah.
of failing at that, where they tried to make it too user friendly and removed the only reason people liked Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Right, and I think this Mortal Kombat's been very good about like this is what we do. And everything we add on will be to support this one thing we do.
I'm obsessed with the Stryker character, by the way. Stryker in Mortal Kombat is my favorite character because he is, wait for it, just a cop. He's just a cop.
Just a fucking
He's
cop.
just a cop.
He's just wandering like, what's going on
and
here?
he shoots people.
He just beats you with items on his duty belt.
People are shooting fireballs at him. He ducks and then just shoots them with a gun.
Right.
There is more than one actual wizard in Mortal Kombat. And he's just brought his service gun.
And he'll trip you with a baton.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He looks like Michael Rappaport in a wig, which I've always loved about him. He just looks like a fucking cop. And his X-ray move in Mortal Kombat, I'm guessing 9.
9, yeah.
Because his X-ray move in Mortal Kombat 9 is something that has haunted me for years now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about
No.
those? Okay, so
I know the X-ray moves. Yeah.
Okay, well the X-ray move that he does is he blinds you with a mag light, so you can, and then he flips the.
That's
mag
how it
light.
starts.
He flips the mag light and then crushes your forehead.
So just standard cop.
And he crushes your forehead with the mag light, and you see it like putting the
shattering the
dent
skull,
and then you kind of drop to your knees. He takes out his nightstick. I shit you not. He hits you in the jaw. But the sound of the nightstick hitting your jaw is the most jarring and brutal sound effect I've ever heard in a video game.
Somewhere
and the jaw explodes.
Then he tases you in the throat.
God.
Yeah.
Somewhere down the line, someone in Mortal Kombat was like, "We need more like real. What's a real brutal character you can think of?" Someone was just like a bad cop, and they're just like, "Yeah, that is pretty terrifying. Let's just throw one of those in."
Like Bad Lieutenant.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Keitel or Cage? Why not both? Fantastic.
Both in one guy.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Far Cry one, they've all blended to me where I'm not
right.
Resident Evil the games usually take, they're like, here's a Resident Evil concept, and now it's hillbillies.
They usually take a pretty sharp
I'm
turn.
a little suspicious of this fast turnaround because the last Far Cry was good.
But it's less than a year ago.
Yeah, and it feels like, what do they have to offer in this one? They're just doing post-apocalyptic now, but it's probably all the same shit we saw in the last one. Just
it's very much like for Far Cry 3 they did something called Blood Dragon where you play as Michael Biehn and it's like in a 1980s world full of big neon lizards, but they just reskinned everything in Far Cry 3 and then recorded new dialogue,
which honestly can work.
Which is what this is going to be. I'm sure
it can work sometimes. I hope it's. I'm sure they're going to sell it for $60, which...
no, actually.
Oh, really?
It's like $40. It's not full price.
Oh, then I'm in.
Which, like, further...
That's also a sign, though, that it's not going to be very...
It's not a full
Here's the
game.
thing, is the last Far Cry was such a fun world to be in and such a fun game that they're just like, yeah, we're just going to do an extension of that.
It's just like a bigger
That's
DLC.
That's been happening with Borderlands.
Yeah.
Borderlands does that a lot, too, where they, like, would reskin and do, like an extended DLC kind of thing.
I'm okay with that when mostly because they're not gonna charge the full price. If they don't charge the full price, that's like okay, that's fine.
I'm so iffy on modern video games now, where I understand that they're all really cool, but if they're not super innovative to me, I get kind of like, fine. Like Portal to me is kind of a game where I'm just like, well, this is just really fun.
Right.
And this is innovative. And a lot of these, it's just like, here's the first person shooter. It's super addictive. You're not really going to get that much out of it, but it looks cool. And
Right.
The Outer Worlds is a good version of that to me, where it looks really neat. The next one,
Yeah.
that we're gonna...
This was something that I'm sort of on the same wavelength as you about.
But it also just seemed like so when I was talking about like the Badlands or whatever it's called, I just totally had it and then I lost it. The name of the
Which one?
with Handsome Jack.
Borderlands.
Borderlands. Yeah. Like it just looks like a Borderlands game to me,
Right.
with like cooler graphics.
I'm just. We were talking about this actually before we started recording. Is that like, I was thinking about BioShock Infinite, which is a game I really like, but I personally think if you take away the beauty of the game and the look, it's just like an okay first-person shooter. Like it's not. I don't remember the gameplay standing out. I don't remember any moment from that game when I was playing it that was like blew me away.
I guess it's a lot of it is the aesthetic.
Right, and that isn't a bad thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes aesthetic is
Games are art.
Yeah.
But the truly memorable games, when you look at the things that last forever, it's the Katamaris and
Katamari,
and the Parappa the Rappers, these innovative and strange games.
But this 50s meets the future aesthetic. I think they think it's really subversive when I've seen 10 games like this now.
Yeah.
And that's really bugging me, is that when it is just a first person shooter set in a good world, and now they're just like, check it out, it's like the old times but like futuristic, and I was like, yeah, I've seen that. Give me more. Show me some cool game, like something new about the gameplay, because otherwise it's just a first person shooter or a first person RPG that just looks like a bunch of other games.
I like the idea of things like Skyrim is a good example of a game that went to such a hyper customization and such a sort of open platform and how you are to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And a lot of these are just like, which kind of gun do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want to be a shotgun guy?
And
or do you want to be a regular gun
Yeah.
guy? Do you want to be a tank or,
And Skyrim, to that point, Skyrim is a game that I have purchased 4 times,
Right.
for 4 different platforms because it's good.
I've never played it, and it's one of those games. It's like World of Warcraft, where I was like, I've never played it, and you know what? I don't think I'm gonna. It's like heroin, where it's like, don't start. If you haven't done it, don't start, because it's just gonna be a long fucking road. So it sounds really good,
It's
and
so
for
good.
that reason, I'm like, I'm just gonna leave that alone.
I was out of gaming for a while until I started dating my now ex, who she herself loved playing games, especially like co-op.
Mm-hmm.
She loved like 2-player co-op, and I got back into it, and I was like, "Motherfucker!" Like I was out. I was out.
You brought me back in.
I was out. It was fine, and now like I play Battlefront 2 a lot.
Battlefront 2 is pretty sweet.
It's
They
great.
just
game.
added Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they did.
Oh shit!
I play it on my Xbox. I play with my friend back home. It's how we bond. But at the same time, I'm like, I didn't need this.
Yeah, it's just another
I didn't need
thing.
this addiction.
Yeah.
Like I still have to get through Sabrina. Like I still got a lot to do.
I gotta get
Yeah.
to Sabrina too.
Oh
Shit.
man, I just watched the first episode today.
Is it good?
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, I need to
fun.
start it.
Yeah,
They're doing their Christmas special soon.
That's
Fuck.
why I'm trying to get
Yeah,
through it.
yeah.
I want to hurry up and finish it before the Christmas special.
I need an injury. I need something that puts me on my ass for a while, and then I can just catch up.
Hey, get out of my city, all right?
Try to come down here, try to take out donkeys. I'll fucking blind you.
How dare you? How dare you come into my city and try to break it up, all right?
Oh man.
All right, so the final game trailer, and the final trailer we have is Atlas, which you kind of bummed me out about.
Right, it's an MMO pirate game.
Yeah, which it's Sea of Thieves, but if there was stuff to do.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's first person. It's basically, it feels like there were competing companies making this, and Sea of Thieves was just like, let's just get it out. And they forgot to like add content.
Sea of Thieves
and
is rat piss.
Yeah, it's just an empty open world.
It's an open world with nothing in it.
Like what Star Wars Galaxies was when they created it?
Probably.
Where you're
I
just
think,
like,
yeah.
like you really pushed this a little too far.
I think it's also a No Man's Sky situation, I think.
It's closer to No Man's Sky when it's just like it's this vast open world to explore, but there is absolutely nothing to do and no reason to do it.
It's the only game that me and Tom played for like 3 hours and like literally like then started Googling refunds. It was just like, I
Sea of
want
Thieves, yeah.
to not have this game.
Yeah.
And like
Not
I
only
got
do
a
I not want to play it.
Yeah.
I want it out of my house.
Yeah.
Get this out of my house.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm owed my money. Like, it was that. It was just like,
Bummer,
you
isn't it?
tricked me.
The only other game I've done that with is Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yeah,
Oh, what a bummer. I was waiting forever for that game to come
No,
out.
I got it. I took it home. I got right into the 4-player co-op with 3 of my friends. We played for the first 2 hours, and I'm like, this is bullshit. I'm taking this game back.
I get fooled by Aliens first-person shooters on the reg.
Did you play Isolation?
Isolation's
is that
great.
the most recent one?
Yeah.
It's stressful.
That's the most stressful game I've ever played.
It's not Aliens, it's Alien.
Is it on the new platform?
It's yeah.
You can get it on Xbone.
All right.
played Ripley's daughter.
Someone buy me that.
Yeah, you're Ripley's
Somebody
daughter
buy
and you're
Jet Set.
trying to find her.
And
And doesn't go great. You're what's her name? Amanda. I want to say Amanda Ripley.
Amanda Huggins.
And the aesthetic, it's all Alien. It's all like those old fucking 70s futuristic look, and it
a
sounds
lot of
like the
hidden
movies.
pussies everywhere and stuff.
Yeah. It's one of those games that it's so tense and scary, but you kind of feel warm and fuzzy because it's the nostalgia of the movies are really really good.
I remember waiting for the Aliens versus Predator PC game.
The old, like the 2000 one?
Oh, I played the shit out of that.
We played the shit, and it was just bad.
I love that they were like, you can be an alien, a predator, or a human.
No
and it's
difference.
like, why would I ever be a human?
Because the humans get all the guns.
Yeah, the humans have great.
Was that it was based on the Alien versus Predator for Jaguar.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
You could play as a human, a predator, or get sick. Because trying to play as an alien
Right.
You move so fast, and the screen is there's so much information being thrust into you.
Yeah.
You also have that verticality. Like you
Yeah.
just run right up on the Jesus, I can't control this.
it moves so it's like
That
you've
was
all
the
of a
same
sudden
in-
become like one of those circus motorcycle guys.
Right.
Like you don't know what you're doing, you just hope it works.
I think Alien Isolation, nailed it because they stuck to like one thing. They're like, you're just a human. It's a stealth, like, horror game, and that's that.
Yeah.
But like the moment they try to be like, you can be an alien, it sounds like it just all goes to shit. Because I remember Colonial Marines, you could be an alien in the multiplaire, and it wasn't
just
fun.
a reskinning of. Wasn't Colonial Marines essentially just an update of the old AVP?
No.
No, it was a whole. Michael Biehn does a voice in it.
Yeah,
Come on, man! You wasted Michael Biehn.
I sure
Yeah.
did.
I powered through that fucking.
Oh, I
campaign
beat it
mode. Yeah.
later. Yeah. I got it for like $3 a beat later. Anyway, so Atlas is a MMO pirate game.
Oh yeah, we haven't gotten to the reason that the bummer,
The bummer is that it's made by the people who made Ark.
which is a slog.
Ark sucks.
Yeah,
Looks like you're just not going to get good pirate games, you guys.
yeah. I mean,
Man.
here's the
Just
thing.
stick to Sid Meier.
I never thought I
Pirates
needed
is
a good
excellent.
pirate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It was Black Flag, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which
They're making
introduced.
a pirate
I
game
know.
based on the pirate
and
elements in that game.
I think that's what I'm just gonna wait for.
Yeah, just wait for that shit.
You don't have to. That's what I never.
I want to be a pirate.
Like you don't
I also-
have to get all the games,
No,
people. Like
no.
so many people are like, well, I
Yeah.
guess I'll get this to hold me over. It's like, why don't you just go outside?
I'm also for like
something else.
being a pirate. I'm not a fan of this like new animation style that's Sea of Thieves also has. It's not new, but like Witcher has it, which is fine. It's the weird year cartoon. Like
Oh,
you're
I
not
don't
a pirate.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind it sometimes, but for pirates, I want it to be Assassin's
It must
Creed.
make-
I want to be swashbuckling.
It must make the
And looking
rapes
awesome.
really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll give Sea of Thieves credit on that because it looks really good and it plays that game's tone, which is just, goofy, cartoonish pirates.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off.
Oh,
with
them
that.
rapes, them
Just-
cartoonish rapes.
Since they're pirates. How
Yeah,
would
no,
you
it's
ignore
true.
it?
It's true.
Yeah,
They got to make it freaking gritty.
yeah, it's got to be all gritty.
They should announce a pirate game, but then when you do it, you just play as Somali pirates. Like it's just like a modern.
It's just Captain
Like
Phillips.
a-
It's just
like a
miserable,
modern-
yeah.
It just sucks.
Your family's starving.
Yeah.
That's that South Park episode, basically. It was
Yeah,
Carmen
yeah,
wanted to
yeah.
be a pirate. And it was just
Yeah.
like, that's good.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's some stories.
Yeah, all right. So we got to talk about the Sonic posters, right?
Oh, shit.
Tom and I wrote the exact
same joke, pretty much.
I beat him by like a minute.
Yeah.
It's sexy Sonic.
Yeah, it's somebody wants to fuck that
Sonic
hedgehog.
Fucks.
Yeah.
He sure does. Look at them legs. Them
The-
powerful runner's legs.
The more concerning one to me is the second poster. That's
Right,
like
with his
you point
dick's
out.
point of view. Well,
Yeah, from
Logan
his-
Trent pointed it out.
It's from that point of view. He just like it's just like no, like bare legs and sneakers, like that's a sex
And the
offender's
Golden
point
Gate
of view.
and the Golden Gate
Yeah.
Bridge,
Yeah.
running from the cops.
Yeah, exactly. Like he's just the sneakers is really disturbing because it means that he's not wearing any other.
Right. It means that he
clothes.
understands the concept of clothes, but is rejecting them all
Yeah.
but sneakers.
The sneakers are serving as a frictional function.
Yeah.
Sure.
To protect. I do.
He also
I
wears
like.
gloves.
They also showed like his face, right?
Mm-mm.
On one of the. Are you sure?
Yeah. Pretty
we
sure.
haven't seen. There's one poster that they're saying might be a third poster.
Okay, or it might
That-
be something that somebody created.
Yeah.
Where you can see his black. He has black eyes.
Oh,
Like
man.
an actual. Somebody made it. I don't know if it was real or not, but like an actual hedgehog's look.
I don't understand the impulse to make this a live action movie, like in the human world. What the hell are you doing?
I mean, Detective Pikachu. So who can say?
Well, that's what I said.
well, that
I mean, between. And I wrote, this was like on our back and forth. I said, between HGH Sonic and Detective Pikachu, it's just a good time to remember shit wrong.
Yeah.
So, like, I think I was Sonic, like, he had like big muscly legs, right?
Yeah,
like,
Sonic
that
was
makes
like
sense.
swole and
Yeah.
looked like he could
He wouldn't-
really power his way through a fuck.
Put a bunch of a mocap suit on Usain Bolt. Like, like how are you doing this?
Yeah, this is. I don't know what this can be.
It's like he looks like a fuckable NCAA mascot.
Yeah.
Essentially. Like,
Yes.
and I'm here for it.
Who are the people? Are there actors
I
in
think
this?
like James McAvoy or somebody like that.
Oh,
is in it.
no.
I can't remember.
It's funny that because I think to most people, and when I say like Sonic is just like it's like a remember this, but the
Yeah.
Sonic fan base is insane.
Right.
The comic went for hundreds of issues.
That's
And also, side note, there's a massive Sonic / Christian crossover that I dove into a couple years ago, and it's fantastic.
he is. Yeah, he is like the Jesus Christ of video games.
I found this painting of like Sonic at the crucifixion.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
Jim Carrey plays Dr. Robotnik.
Right.
James Marsden is in it. Ben Schwartz is voicing Sonic.
Sounds fun.
I wonder if they did research and they were like, we looked at our fan base and we know we can't have like a broad appeal, and our fan base are just people who want to fuck Sonic.
Here's the plot description is: a cop in rural town of Green Hills will help Sonic escape from the government who is looking to capture him.
Fuck yeah.
So he's an experiment gone
It's
wrong.
hard target.
Yeah,
It's Universal Soldier.
it is.
It's a Van Damme movie. It's just
Holy
replace
shit.
Van Damme with a
Right.
There are
CGI
5
hedgehog.
credited writers.
Yeah. All right. I'm already calling. Is
I'm
there
in.
is there an evil? Is there a Wario to Sonic?
There's like
Dr.
Dark
Robotnik.
Sonic.
Oh
isn't there?
no, it's Knuckles.
There's-
Dark Sonic.
There's
Yeah,
like-
the black.
there's like Mega
black and
Sonic.
All
red,
right.
yeah.
My here's my guess is that they're gonna have the experimental facility and they're gonna try to. And Sonic gets out of the facility.
They're
Doctor
gonna Logan it.
Yeah, and then they're gonna introduce evil Sonic to go get him, and then that's when we'll learn that there's the other Sonic characters. We'll be at the like. They'll either tease them at the end, thinking that they're gonna make like 5 of these movies, or they're gonna be in it from the lab as well.
Yeah,
Right.
Knuckles and Tails.
And it's going to be kind of Transformers-y, where it's like, what are you? Like the human character, and they're going to have bits together, right? And he's going to like try to hide him in public.
This is my pet hedgehog.
It's
Yeah.
well, somebody pointed this out.
Work out.
Yeah, your hedgehog. Like how many reps your hedgehog doing?
Squats.
He's doing some real. He's really not missing leg day.
It's 4 feet tall.
Honestly, how does that happen? I know somebody pointed out. I forget who it was. That it's just Howard the Duck.
Yes, Howard the Duck, that classic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Howard the Duck.
Well, sort of.
Maybe,
Howard the
maybe
Duck was an
Sonic's gonna
experiment.
get the fuck.
Yeah,
Sonic is gonna fuck Leah Thompson.
that would be amazing. Yeah,
And we'll all
I
be
mean,
better
if this
for
is
it.
a new Howard the Duck, that's great. That's great.
for so many reasons.
Yeah. We could use more fucking batshit crazy movies like
Yeah.
Howard the Duck.
I mean, I think that like we had discussed earlier, that we are in such a no man's land of sanity right now.
Yeah.
That this is how you get Detective Pikachu, is
Right.
them being like, we can fucking do whatever we want.
Yeah.
And sometimes it pays off in
Right.
amazing ways.
We have become like a parody of ourselves, though, like society.
Oh yeah, we're the worst.
Yeah.
I also think that is a Mario movie coming out? Are they redoing
I
it?
think
I heard
like Illumination was going to do it.
They should go live action and they should go sequel to the
Full on.
I mean,
to
full on
Weekend
Super
at Bernie.
Mario.
Well, the
Mario.
the Super Mario Brothers movie does end with
Yeah,
a
it
lead
ends
into a
with
sequel. With
that's what I mean.
The two
Sequel
Koopa
to
brothers.
the Super Mario Brothers movie. Get John Leguizamo back. Kill off Mario off camera because Bob Hoskins
Fell in a pit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in paradise, Bob Hoskins.
Or he gets a new life and he's like looks different, and it's like part of the drama. It's just like, you're not my brother.
No, he Pet Cemeteries him back to life, and he's Wario.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I think you're missing the point. It's
yeah.
not the Mario character that needs to be dead.
Doesn't matter.
It's the actor.
We'll figure it out.
Wow.
So
No,
final,
but, yeah, I think it's going to be a cartoon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, it's fine. I get why,
Yeah.
but also like
if they had the fucking this is all right. This is what I'll give Sonic is if you have the balls, make it live action. Some maniac was just like, no, guys, live action, and nobody stopped him. Nobody stopped
I
this
love that.
maniac from making a live
because
action.
we're getting
Sonic.
insane.
Yeah.
This is the equivalent of making a Nicolas Cage movie with a license.
Yeah.
Like that's what,
So Ghost Rider.
yeah. This is I mean, kinda.
Yeah.
Ghost Runner. There you go. Like, bam, that's your movie. There's your trailer. Cut it, print it. Let's go.
Oh shit. All right,
What's
last final thing is the first official poster and what is an unofficial plot synopsis for Jordan Peele's Us.
Oh yeah.
Is out his mystery film.
Oh yeah, he tweeted about it too.
Yeah, the synopsis is that a family like goes to a cabin to quote unquote unplug from society, and then they get unwanted guests. That could be anything.
Yeah.
That's so broad, but the
It seems
poster looks pretty badass.
the original teaser image and then this poster both seem to imply a duality or dual personality.
Yeah, you're right.
It almost comes off when you get the synopsis. It's like, oh, so like the hills have evil dead eyes. Which one is it going to be?
Right.
Which way are we bouncing around on this?
Right, and this is just two hands with looks like different gloves on them, but you can't tell.
Yeah.
Holding one has gloves
And one doesn't. Yep.
holding a pair of golden scissors.
of old-timey scissors.
And
Maybe it's
I
about
think
like
the
a mall outlet opening.
Well, don't the scissors sort of
And they're
look
just-
like the two profiles that were in the original image?
Oh yeah, they kind of do. I'm looking at it right now. So yeah, there is definitely a duality theme. So, and it's called Us. So
Yeah.
it probably is. Oh, is he just spoiling it all? Like, is it multiple personality? Is it just it's us? We're
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
it's-
Us, like Split.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, I should-
subversive in some way.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even need it to be subversive because I feel like that was the Shyamalan problem. Is Shyamalan made this movie with a big twist, and then everything else, producers were probably coming to him like, "What's the next big twist movie? What's the next big twist?" And I feel like,
but it's the present.
yeah, and I feel like Unbreakable was like he wanted just to make a straightforward film, and like some producers were like, "You got to make it more twisty," so he made it like feel because there's no real twist in Unbreakable,
Just to reveal that Sam Jackson's the bad guy.
right, and that felt forced. That felt
I
almost
don't-
forced.
I
No,
don't
I
know.
don't
No, I guess not.
didn't
Actually,
think so.
the big twist is that Sam Jackson is trying to sell original art, and yet it's
Right.
colored on the wall. And as we all know, in the comic book art world, the colored art is never the actual original pencils
Okay,
and inks. It's
okay,
actually
calm down.
color guides.
Calm
and those
down.
aren't worth anything. They're like pretty.
Calm down, settle down.
I just can't. That's where I lose my willing suspension of disbelief.
That's
in
fair.
Unbreakable.
That's fair.
It's like, oh, this guy didn't know anything about comics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They would have been all black and white.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Fucking bullshit is what I'm saying. I'm
But-
not seeing glass because of it.
But yeah, I
Continuing my
just-
19-year boycott of the Unbreakable universe.
yeah, I just hope people don't put too much expectations on
There's gonna
Jordan
be.
Peele. Like he's probably gonna make a really good movie, and then people are like, it didn't say anything about society
Yeah.
enough. You know, like I hope we
Let him make a
we
fucking
settle
movie.
down. Yeah, exactly.
Not everything has to be a take on society. Sometimes you just want to make a
Yeah,
Godzilla movie.
Get Out was a hell of a start.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like take a breather, Jordan Peele. That was
Rest, Jordan.
yeah.
Now
It's
is your
fine.
time.
So stoked for his Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Twilight Zone does feel like him kind of taking a break because that's not like an original thing. It's just like, yeah, we're going to have fun.
No, and he doesn't
Like,
have-
that just
he
seems
doesn't
like
have to-
fun.
right, and I know one of the ones they're doing is Nightmare at 30,000 Feet
Excellent.
with Adam Scott.
Really?
Yeah.
What a great choice for that.
I would have thought it would have been great to do Adam Sandler.
No, Adam Scott, he's
That's
joining the ranks of John Lithgow and William Shatner.
And William Shatner.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
So, are we ready for the movie that deserves more hype?
Tell me about this movie that deserves more hype.
I don't know how to feel about this. I don't know when it's coming out. This was around October. People were writing articles about it.
Really?
It's been a while in the making. I don't know where you can find it. Was it Leica?
Leica.
Leica. Also, it's a stop motion. Has nothing to do with the stop motion studio.
Studio Leica. It's about the dog Leica.
It's about the dog Leica. The dog that was the first dog in space?
Yep, the first living thing in space.
First living thing in space when the Russians sent a poor dog into space to just die.
Yep.
This is that story, only what if what if the dog went to an alien planet that was full of fun creatures, and then eventually the first chimp in space joins him.
Yep.
And then eventually the first men in space join him.
And try to use the aliens as rocket fuel?
Yeah, and it's Czech and it's stop motion, like Wallace and Gromit level. Not even.
It's like shitty Gumby.
It's like if Wallace and Gromit was made while drunk.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
It's a student film of an animation project, but that it also might be high art. I don't know.
And it's bad.
I don't know enough about art to know if shitty things are great.
It is 100% Eastern Bloc Gumby.
Yeah.
The cosmonauts look terrifying.
Yeah.
Their heads are different color flesh tones from the rest of their body.
The plot is that the people are evil.
Yeah,
They're
the
evil
people are evil.
The dogs can speak. It's a musical, by the way.
Holy
Here's
shit.
The thing. Tom and I were talking about this before we recorded. Do you ever think about the Eastern Bloc and sort of the Soviet area and be like, what year is it to them? What year are they at? Because
do you think they're at about in the late 80s?
And then out of nowhere, you'll get we have all this spy tech. And then at the same, they're doing all this crazy tech stuff. And then culturally speaking, it seems like it's 78, 79.
Yeah, something.
We're around Donner's Superman.
Yeah.
Right now.
in
Russia.
I don't know what they're doing over there.
Isn't there a Russian Avengers movie that's supposed to be
it's the Guardians, I think it's called. There's a man who is a bear.
It's a major,
Yeah, because of
Marvel,
course.
Right?
I think so.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Soviet super soldiers. They did,
but
I remember that.
So the dog brings the twist is the dog brings her puppies to space with her. She secretly smuggles the dogs. And that's one of the first songs, I guess, is that once they're in space, they sing a song about leaving the Earth or something. And then the twist is that when the astronauts get to the planet, they're eating the vegetation and then get bored with it and decide to try to eat the dogs. So it's just about how men are terrible.
Sure.
There's a song about animals fucking apparently in it.
Yeah.
Let's hold on.
In space.
Animals fucking in space. This is what our movie is.
What else do you do
apparently,
in space?
The English subtitles make the song insane, which I'm happy about. The lyrics that the English subtitles has for the song about fucking is multiplication is my hobby, and then the chorus is sinful thoughts over and over again.
Jesus Christ.
It was put out by the Czech Christian League.
The reviews are is this for kids? Because it's sort of for kids, I guess, but then it's moments of terror.
Yeah,
the
then
Watership Down of Prague.
So this is for no one.
Yeah, it's for me.
It's for the world.
Yeah. I think it's for adults.
It's for history.
Yeah.
That's who it's for.
It's
well, hell yeah.
I don't know what the fuck this is, but everybody go look up the trailer. It's going to be hard to Google because if you do Leica stop motion, you're going to get the studio. So add in dog moon landing or not moon landing, dog space
movie.
And fucking watch this batshit trailer for yourself. He farts at an alien at one point.
He sure does.
Yeah. I remember seeing that and being this is categorically insane.
Yeah. The whole thing is just brutally insane.
It's not every day we get a movie that's just the ravings of a madman, but It's Howard the Duck. It's Howard the Duck level insane.
Everything is Howard the
Yeah.
Duck.
Everything is Howard the Duck
Just
today.
a new Howard the Duck.
We're just in a new era of Howard the Duck.
There's a music video for a song called Moan by Trent Muller that is just Laika floating through space being sad.
Nice.
And it's just, and the lyrics are just like, I've been thinking a lot about you and see the sunlight with,
I feel like
it's like all this like really sad kind of shit, but like
Jesus.
with a fucking dog floating through
A
space.
doomed dog.
Looking abandoned and then like remembering its previous life while
Nice.
it's floating in space.
I mean, I feel like it's good that we're circling back around and being like, didn't we really fuck over a dog once in space? Like that.
Oh, we
It was-
did. The Russians
fucked
did.
Yeah.
over.
We mankind. Like it was a real dick move.
They should have domesticated us if they wanted.
Yeah.
And they could have stuck us in capsules.
We're just like we just so creative about the things we do to animals,
I mean,
launching them
yeah.
into space.
I also love that SNL sketch where David Duchovny is on the space shuttle. He's like, now we're gonna. He's talking to Houston. He's like, now we're gonna see the effects of root beer on mice in space, and they're just like super bored.
This is the
They
best
just keep
thing.
pranking them.
It sounds like the best thing David Duchovny has done.
It's
I
that
need to
SNL
watch that.
episode is fantastic. It's a great episode.
Oh man, Duchovny! If you use him right, you get pure gold.
Solid gold Duchovny.
Yeah.
And Serious Duchovny is hilarious.
Yeah.
Duchovny. I love your write-ups on the X-Files are so flawless whenever you go on your
He's a
tangents
maniac.
of
Yeah,
them.
I need to start. I'm in the area of the seasons where it starts like winding down, and then they get Robert Patrick, and it's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. I gotta push through those.
I got to get the X1000.
Yeah.
I have I'm seeing somebody who's a big X-Files fan, and she's like, "We should watch the whole series from the beginning."
Damn right you should.
And I was like,
Damn right.
Like I have to watch a lot of Batman. I have to rewatch a lot of shit, and I have to. This is
X-Files is not a chore. It's a break. It's wonderful.
Most of it's pretty fun.
No, it's for sure.
There's
No, like,
some.
I remember watching it as a kid and being fascinated.
Right.
By it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There's an
There-
episode
Obsessed
in
with
Worcester.
Yeah, there is the
The hater.
It's the one with the old people. No, there's the one with the old folks' home with ghosts. The ghosts are like the woman gets raped by a ghost of an old man. There might be multiple ones.
There is, because I know there was a Satan one where the two girls in the high school were like hater, and if they agreed, then like something.
The one with Ryan Reynolds.
So with
in it,
Ryan
yeah.
Reynolds in the beginning.
What?
Yeah, he's
Oh.
at the beginning.
He's the
Oh,
guy
I
they
can't
kill in the
wait.
beginning.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. No, I learned watching the first like 5 seasons again. One thing that like there are some like real boring episodes where like they have an unusual amount of episodes that take place like in a prison. Like they have a lot of prison episodes, and they have a lot of ones where it's just like weird diseases, and like those get old. Like it felt like they have a lot of filler episodes in there.
Yeah,
I mean,
for
that
sure.
people forget.
You know, when you're the highest ordered series
Right.
at the time, and you got to crank
And you're
out a bunch.
cranking out 25 fucking stories a year. It's just like, yeah, they're not all going to be
Hour-long
great.
Fucking
yeah,
spook shows.
hour-long episodes.
Sometimes a writer's like, I don't know, what if it's cats? And they're like, sure, let's make it cats.
But what about like a
Cats.
Bigfoot episode? But is it really Bigfoot?
Yeah.
How about a cave woman?
Yeah.
Sure.
Jersey Devil, right?
Yeah, Jersey Devil.
That was a great one. Great. So everybody
There we go.
watched the X-Files.
And Leica.
And yeah,
The trailer for Leica.
Yeah.
Watch that shit.
yeah.
It's an insane trailer.
It is
I forgot we were recording a podcast for a second. I just wanted to talk about
categorically
X-Files.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fucking bonkers.
That's a sode.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it
lot
is.
of a
That's-
That's a
It's
sode.
a Christmas gift.
It is.
Yeah.
It's
It
a holiday
is.
present
That's what
for
we'll
all
say.
of you. You got a couple. You probably got an extra 40 minutes.
I mean, what happened? I say we don't cut anything. Personally, what happened when we were planning this because we're going to see Spider-Verse after this? I was texting Tom like we should probably roll it back another hour because like something in I just knew this was we were gonna go for a while.
I chew a lot of airtime too. We know that,
Mm.
right?
Oh, we got some sweet bits out of
There's
it.
some good
Yeah.
Some sweet, sweet bits.
Wahlberg fighting the monsters.
Yeah.
Over blinding the
You shouldn't
monster.
cut anything. If anything, you should loop that bit.
Yes, I
5
will.
times.
I'll loop the Owen Wilson impression.
Yeah. Wow, this crime is really
Wow.
true.
Really were truing detective work.
Wow. Wow, look at that. We're all here. We're all having a good time. It's like a family. It's like
I'm
a
feeling your
detective
energy,
family.
and I can tell you're feeling mine.
I feel like we're really working off of each other. It's like this really great loop.
I have never attempted an Owen Wilson impression
Great.
before.
That was really good.
All right. Well, Jeff, thanks for doing the show.
Yeah.
Of course,
Plug-
anytime.
plug.
I love doing it. Plug.
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 Every Monday, Sympathetic Monsters comes out on That's Good Pod, where me and my ex talk current events, and it goes fucking haywire every time.
That sounds great.
Beautiful.
It is. It started out, she was just like, let's just do current events. And I'm like, do you not understand the goldmine that we're sitting on right now? Of like the most tenuous of threads of us trying to do a comedy podcast. Like, this is insane. It's utterly insane. I actually really enjoy doing it, and I'm just riding the rails with it for as long as I can. Like, I want it to last forever. And
Right.
and it's I'm trying to make lemonade with it, and it's just a blast. So listen to they're fun. They're good episodes and stuff, but it's such an insane concept that like more people should do it. Like,
Yeah.
if you break up with someone, definitely start an entire podcast.
Yeah.
network.
That sounds great.
Start a business.
And then you can find me on the socials at Hey There Jeffro, and live comedy. Support it. Mint on card. Come to it.
Yes.
Do
All those things.
Check out our Patreon, Gamefly Unemployed.
Tom and Jeff watch Batman.
Tom and Jeff watch Batman.
Yep.
That's an exclusive podcast you get only on Patreon. So do that. We got shirts, TeePublic /stores /Gamefly Unemployed.
I got the slashes in there.
Slashes in there.
Slashes.
Dave's coming in with the slashes.
Yeah.
Coming in hot.
Gamefully Unemployed / Where's Bane?
Where's Bane?
Where's Bane? Sorry.
You guys got to listen to Tom and Jeff
Yeah.
watch Batman. And
That's got to be a shirt.
yes.
Yeah.
All right. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can follow him on Twitter at @thecorlew, CORLEW, and find more music at shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our artwork is produced by Justin Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at @JustinTBrown, and find more of his artwork at artnessbyjustinbrown.com and justinbrown.info.